This is a confession of a whistleblower that drew my attention as he says very interesting things about non-human intelligence and crash retrievals. So here it is.
Hi, I'm running this because I never got any sort of debrief or moment to decompress from a job I quit in February of 2018. I worked for an agency that dealt with issues related to non-human intelligence. Sometimes these were referred to as EBEs, or as a friend lovingly called them, A's. I can't divulge what it is specifically. Most of the information I'm going to discuss is anecdotal information I found out about from colleagues. This is because it will be easy to identify me from what my role was, as the information I can say about what I did specifically will be personally identifying. Feel free to dismiss my post as a hoax entirely. I know the right people will believe me. Computer science is, or was, they may have moved off or left, headquartered at the facility in my armed state. This is rare because most of the other wings have been a stone's throw of DC or Nevada. This is mostly based around researching the craft's navigation system. The navigation of every craft is the same. The craft uses a system that originally befuddled generations of researchers, but is essentially a 3D Dijkstra algorithm. It finds points around the craft and chooses the most efficient possible route to spacetime to get to that point. So the parameters it uses to gauge efficiency are totally unknown to us and are a serious point of contention. It's not autonomy but rather obstacle avoidance, not unlike what you would see in a self-driving car. But the self-driving car could go through air, space and water without worrying about what medium it's in. Additionally, the algo accounts as craft's place and time. I don't think that this means that the craft time travel in the way we think they can, but rather go so fast that they experience dilation and can hit objects in the future and potentially the past at their target destination. It's possible to do this on purpose sometimes. Although the algo is extremely effective, nuclear explosions and experiments somehow interfere with this navigation. Craft particularly avoid Diablo Canyon. Even if we put something they really want there, they mostly avoid previous crash sites as well. Speaking of avoidance, tracking is, or was, part of NORAD. The NHI deploy craft of various shapes and sizes all the time. I don't want to claim that they have advanced cloaking techniques, but from what I heard, the tracking department basically is in an eternal game of cat and mouse. They don't have adequate technology to track the transmedium craft. All I would say on a record is NHI know we can track them and know how to avoid us. They usually avoid detection by going underwater, especially in the case of particularly large craft. It's interesting that historical UFO designs mimic the design of buildings and vehicles of that time period. Whether this was just humans not being able to reference what the lines look like, or a form of mimicry is anyone's guess. Someone in leadership knows the answer. I don't. It's important to note not everyone at NORAD was part of the tracking team, but the tracking team is embedded in NORAD and interfaces with them on a minute-to-minute basis. This sees the scenarios where NORAD will report an object and tracking team will silently acknowledge but give no explanation. This led to a catastrophic incident that happened after I left but knew that from a colleague. Supposedly, tracking is being moved to the Space Force to clear up those miscommunications. If I were working there, I would probably be working on an onboarding process. NORAD was moved to Cheyenne not only to protect from a foreign adversary, but also because the facility is uniquely equipped to track NHI craft. The one I called Anthropology is the weirdest one by far. It focuses on a few different things. They originally studied NHI's intentions and culture, if it's possible to call it that. The reports I read from this early research changed the way I see the world. Anthropology and computer science were at one point decompartmentalized to study how the NHI interacted with the craft. The NHI are linked to their craft in a way that borders on biological. They send signals using their body to systems that control the craft. It's hypothesized that they can and prefer to control the craft remotely, but I'm not sure if we were really researching this. A smaller subset of this wing focuses on how humans could interface with craft that are currently in the sky. If you see an image of a large disk above a gas station in the snow, it was someone in this department summoning a craft, not unlike how cheap RC car controllers can interfere with each other when used at the same time. Some people are better suited to interfere with NHI craft than others, or not sure why. Some people in this department are BYU graduates who believe they are directly interfacing with what were recorded in the Bible as angels. There is an even smaller subset of this wing that focuses on NHI communication with humans.